Said, I think the top row's open. So we went all the way up to the top row. It was a good place to be.
Where were you shot?
I got shot in the chest. It went through my liver and come out my side.
Nearing 1 year now since they were shot at the Trump campaign rally in Butler County, the two local men who survived are speaking exclusively to KDKA. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Ken Rice. Jim Copenhaver and David Dutch say they may never fully recover from their injuries, but they're not going to stop trying. KDK's Jennifer Barrasso is here with the exclusive sit-down with both men who survived that shooting last July 13th. Jen.
Ken, this is a miraculous story of survival. They both sustained life-threatening injuries. They've been through surgeries, infections, and pain physically. It's been a day-by-day struggle. We learned David Dutch and Jim Copenhaver actually had their seats changed for the rally, never knowing that choice would change their lives forever. And it was an emotional day as those two met three women whose son and brother didn't survive the rally.
Honestly, we pray for you all the time. All the time.
Dude, I guess what got me through it was the praying.
In a KDKA exclusive, Trump Butler rally shooting survivors Jim Copenhaver and David Dutch met with Corey Comparator's sisters, Kelly and Dawn, and mom Karen, nearly 1 year after the Trump attempted assassination in Butler County.
Probably very emotional, like meeting the whole Comparator family.
Well, I've also had a son, he died, and it's not something you're supposed to experience.
The 75-year-old Copenhaver and 58-year-old Dutch were thrilled to attend the Butler rally last July. They got a chance to sit in the bleachers behind President Trump. Then the unthinkable happened. Thomas Crooks fired 8 shots with an AR-15 from the roof of the AGR building, hitting Trump. Comparator was shot in the head and killed while shielding his family from the bullets. Dutch was shot once in his abdomen. The bullet split his liver.
When it felt like somebody punched me right in the gut. I didn't hear any shots right away. We noticed some shrapnel flying, and we were didn't know what it was. And then I got hit, and then round shrapnel was flying everywhere, and I was just yelling for people to get down. Broke ribs.
It broke your ribs?
Oh, yeah. Shattered the ribs in that area. They were in little pieces.
At that moment, did you feel you were going to die?
I knew I wasn't in good shape. I knew if I didn't get out of there as soon as I could, I told my buddy, I said, if I don't get out of the bleachers now, I'm not getting out of here.
Copenhaver was shot twice. One bullet tore into his tricep.
So I was standing up looking at the Jumbotron behind me, and next thing I know, my sleeve has been yanked, and I could see a portion of it going by pretty fast, and I heard, phew. Yeah, I mean, I heard it.
The other bullet is still lodged in his body, taking chunks of his colon and leaving him with nerve damage.
It was like a jolt, but it didn't knock me over, but I didn't want to stand anymore either, you know, because unfortunately it's lodged in right next to my spine and hit a nerve. And so my leg was, you know, unsteady, but I grabbed hold of the railing and I went down with my body that way, and I laid on the bleachers.
Video from the rally shows both men not far from each other. Copenhaver in the white long-sleeve shirt and Dutch to the right in the American flag T-shirt. Then video of Dutch being let out of the bleachers by police and Copenhaver carried out. Copenhaver now walks with a cane. The shrapnel in his pelvis may never be able to be removed. He struggles, even putting his shoes on.
They had to go back in, and that's when they disconnected my colon. I just started PT yesterday, physical therapy, and we're working on eliminating some of the numbness that's in my left leg. And, you know, I'm walking with a cane. We're not going to give up.
Dutch has fragments in his abdomen that can't be removed. The Marine vet who served in the Gulf War may never be able to go back to work. He gets worn out easily. Even household tasks like cutting the grass are nearly impossible. David, can you talk to me about your injuries and the impact on your life?
Getting strength back. Early on, there wasn't much pain because everything was numb. There was no nerve feeling at all. But as that comes back, it's like being wrapped in needles or pins.
David, why do you think you survived?
God wasn't ready for me yet, I guess. That's all I can say. It wasn't my time. Makes you think about life, though, a lot more. Thinking, quit wasting time worrying about every little stupid thing in life. Get out there and live. Do what you enjoy.
Why do you think you survived?
Because there was a hand from a superior entity. That's all I can tell you.
As we've been reporting about the Secret Service communication and security failures, Copenhaver and Dutch's lawyers plan on suing the federal government and others for negligence. They're disgusted and they want accountability. So do the comparators. We're talking about what that would look like for them tomorrow. Jennifer Barrasso, KDKA-TV News.